This is your host, Steve from the back. And I kind of wanted to talk about this rant about a couple of things. You know, you have people who are like, you know, they may be, I don't know what you would call, maybe combative, maybe violent, maybe they have a spine and a backbone. You know, some people, they're not just going to let you just walk all over them, and if they feel that their way of life is threatened, or they feel that, you know, they've been demeaned or disrespected, they'll lash out violently, and, you know, they'll protect what they believe they deserve to have. They'll protect what they believe is theirs, and they live by a certain code, and they're not going to let things threaten that, you know, and they're not going to let themselves feel threatened, and that's the type of person I am. But obviously, you know, there's many people that basically have the same type of mindset that I have. And what I'm really getting at is I'm getting at the fact of how, you know, I mean, this is going to sound cliche, but it's about how people who basically are what you would consider, I guess you could call it the left-hand path. You know, you could say a little satanic, you could say demonic. You know, people like me get a lot of what's the word? We get a lot of misconceptions thrown at us, and we get a lot of just judgment in general, because people just don't really understand. You know, you got people out there who are very glamorous, but then the funny thing is people really can't separate the glam from the truth. You know, you have some people out there who they're not little pussies and little pushovers, but, you know, when they have money, some people get to thinking that because someone has money, that all of a sudden that makes them a pussy, or that makes them a sellout, or makes them this or makes them that. And I'm saying that because I think the thing with people is people watch a lot of television, people watch a lot of movies and things, and you know, they don't really understand so much how, like, to really wrap their head around a person. You know, like, whatever that person's motives are, personality, beliefs and things, you would have to experiences with that person, or would have to very carefully watch that person or people to get a real understanding of what's actually going on. And I'm saying this because, just like with me, how I'm very ignorant of many things, there's things I don't really understand. There's cultures and things that I don't understand. On the same coin, there are things that people just don't understand pertaining to me personally, and pertaining to a lot of people who are very, you know, similar, that are of the same kind of like-minded belief. And who knows, maybe they even behave in the same way I behave. You know, like, maybe they're just wild and unscripted and don't, you know, they don't give a crap. And I don't want to really curse too much on this, but you know what I'm saying? They don't give a F, you know, they just really don't care. They care about what they care about and who they care about. They're not trying to please you. They're not trying to make everyone in the room feel comfortable. They're not trying to make everybody on a bus feel comfortable. They're not trying to make themselves seem like they're the nice guy or this or that, because as a person they know what they are on the inside, and they don't have to prove anything to anybody. You know, the only people they are trying to prove things to are people that they choose to try to win over. and they choose. You know, people like me, we pick and choose. But I kind of laugh because some of the BS I see in like media and I see on like what do you call the internet, and you know, and I just kind of really laugh at it sometimes. Like it's idiotic, but it is also very comical. You know, and you gotta think like, man, how do people really believe some of this stuff? You know, like, I was watching a couple videos yesterday, and I was watching some videos on, like, people try to give relationship advice, men try to give dating advice, women try to give dating advice to men about women, and sometimes I watch some of these people, and I'm gonna have to really say about some of these men, it's like these men really just, I think they hate women deep down. You know, I feel like they really just have like a hatred for women. And then they say things like, oh well, you know, you don't know women, and you think women are this, or you think, look, they don't even understand. See, the thing is, you know, they don't understand that, like, yes, some people are pieces of crap, but they have probably not run into a good woman, so that's why they think that all women are one thing, all women are this, you know, because things just didn't work out for them how they wanted things to work out. So then they judge a large amount of people, and they walk around with a certain type of mentality, which is already a self-defeated mentality, because the thing is, when you're already expecting something that's negative, because you're already expecting it, and I'm not talking about people in particular that you know, because that's one experience, and that usually you're right about that, but I'm talking about people as a whole. You know, that's like me saying, oh, you know, all Mexicans are this, all whites are this, or, you know, all blacks are this, all men are this, or all women are this, all gays are this, or all straights are this. It's like, you know, you can't really just say that, because it's not that simple. Now, if you want it to be that simple, you're living in an illusion, and you're probably attracting the most negative things to yourself, because, like I said, you have a belief system, and your belief is reinforcing it, and it's strong enough to draw even the same thing to you that you're claiming is true. Like you say, oh, you know, women this and women that. Then I even have, like, I've seen videos where they just straight up bash on certain women. You know, and guys call women too old, call women unattractive that are gorgeous, you know, say they hit the wall and all this crap. I'm thinking, like, I'm like, some of you dudes on these videos, like, do you really believe this? Or are you just saying this because you're just fed up with the results you've gotten out of women? I mean, it's one thing if certain women aren't your preference. You think a certain woman is too past the age that you think is what you consider young enough or attractive or whatever. You don't like one woman in particular. But, I mean, it's just, all I see is buffoonery, man. That's another thing I wanted to say on this video. This rant kind of goes a lot of places, but I see straight up buffoonery and nonsense. Like, I look at it like this, man. Half of the time, you can't believe what human beings say, period. I'm a human being, but what I'm saying to you is not what the average person's going to tell you. What I'm going to tell you in this video is that you want to really look at life a certain way, and you want to actually find something you're looking for. It ain't. This video is like about to turn to a more spiritual video, and I didn't really mean it to. I'm gonna say, man, I'm not no Christian, so I'm gonna tell you how I look at it. You know, obviously you as a person find the right entities and beings to work with, the right spirits to work with, or spirit, or whatever you think you want to work with. There's so much information, I don't have to give you any information. I just told you what you need to know there. Work with what you think you need to work with, but I'm going to tell you this. If you're going to believe things and you're going to try to look at life a certain way, it would not hurt you to probably go a more spiritual route. Because what I'm trying to say is this. All the things I ever hear come out of people's mouths, I'm not talking about people who are spiritual, who, you know, are probably adept occultists and black magicians and witches and things of that nature, and even some shamans. I'm not talking about people like that, but I'm talking. What I hear is these ignorant. I'm really about. I feel like I'm about to drop an F-bomb, but I don't want to drop an F-bomb. I don't want this to be that dirty like that. What I'm going to say is these people always say the dumbest crap, and it seems like they have bad experiences. They have a bunch of hate about something or someone, and then they lump everyone or everything that feeds their narrative that they really believe into that. And it's BS. And honestly, it's entertaining because it's kind of comical, but at the end of the day, I do not listen to it. Number one, because I don't like people to ever tell me what I can't do. So don't ever tell me that I can't find this type of woman, or that I can't have that type of woman, or I can't have this woman. I don't give a rat's booty hole if I want to even take a woman that's married already. I want to think I'm going to steal a woman from a married man. I do whatever the hell I want to do, and I can accomplish whatever the hell I want to actually accomplish. Okay? Now, there are limits and boundaries, but what I'm trying to say is the stuff that you hear coming out of these people's mouths, these human beings' mouths, it is not spiritual, and it is garbage. It's not only toxic, but it's actual garbage. And what I say, what's the issue? Someone could say, well, okay, what's the issue? What's your opinion, Steve? What's the issue? The issue is a lack of actual knowledge, and it's a lack of spiritual knowledge. It's a lack of you really understanding how things actually work, because you are thinking in a more common realm. Like there's some people out there that probably don't know that lizards lay eggs. Now that might sound dumb to you, but maybe there's some person out there that thinks lizards give live birth. Like they think that iguanas don't lay eggs or something, or snakes. They think that snakes, well, maybe there are some snakes that give live births, but I don't really, if there are, I really don't know about it. But that's like you thinking that cats lay eggs, man. What I'm trying to say is that, let's say if that cats lay eggs was supposed common knowledge, and it's retarded. Literally, you hear these songs that people play on the radio. You see these disgusting mentalities that people pick up. These self-defeating mentalities that are just ridiculous. You hear the lyrics of the music they listen to, and this is not a Christian video. I'm not a Christian, but a lot of Christians say the same thing. How garbage a lot of this stuff is. They call it secular, but I don't call it secular. I just think it's music that has terrible messages in it, because you're just really making a person believe things that are just self-defeating and self-demeaning. And once you can get a person defeated mentally, you can totally destroy a person. It's like once someone is already defeated, then that person is defeated. Like if I tell you that literally, you're what's the word? There's no good women in the world or something. If you actually believe that, you're setting yourself up for some serious hell right there. Like you don't know it, but you are. And vice versa. So I'm just saying that, people judge. They see people like me and they think like, you're just crazy. You're crazy. What do you know? It's like, yeah, okay, what do I know? What do I know that I'm a normal person? I'm an actual real human being. See, real human beings are raw. Real human beings are primal. Real human beings are what's the word? What's the word I'm trying to look for? We're not tainted. You know what I mean? Like what I'm saying is I'm not fazed or fooled by the bull crap that I see on the news and on TV, and I know that I'm a man. I am just a man in this world, and I have flaws, I have capabilities, and I have things that I know I'm not capable of, and I'm realistic with those things, and I'm comfortable with those things. But what I'm trying to really say is that people can call me whatever name they want, But at the end of the day, I'm real, and I'm not a puppet, and I'm not fooled by this BS. That's what I'm really trying to say. I'm really trying to say, like, us men and women who know what we are, we're not ashamed to be a real human being. We're not ashamed to be a natural human being. And we're not trying to please people and trying to fit into this fake mold that the media wants to push down people's throats and try to insert into people's brains. To try to tell you things like, only maniacs and insanely violent people are in prisons. No. If you disrespect me, you do the wrong thing, I'm going to crack your jaw wide open. And I may just maul you in the face with these teeth that, I wouldn't say God has given me, but I'm saying I have teeth in my mouth for a reason. And it's not just for chewing food. Do you get what I'm saying? So, it's not maniacs that have to do things like that. And it's not maniacs that don't blink or don't lose sleep over straight up ringing somebody out because they disrespected you or did, whatever. So what I'm trying to say is, people, you need to get back to your roots. I don't care if you're white, black, Hispanic, whatever you are. You need to realize that you're still that ape that's hunched over, knuckle walking back in the jungle where you came from. You are not some little puppet that, people can put ideas in your head and tell you, oh, well, you're a psychopath because you think this, or you're out of control because you let your anger get like this, and you're this because of that, and and you try to seem like you're somehow you have to win the approval of someone to be able to be in society or something. And then people want to tell you that if you have enough money, it doesn't matter what type of nonsense you are, you're just accepted because you have money and some type of status or whatever. See, that's not the truth. That's not the way it goes. Okay? The way it goes is that I'm gonna leave it with this. The real truth is, sometimes it really doesn't matter what these crowds say about you, or what some forum says, or some person that thinks they know something that has subscribers and all this garbage says about some person. What matters is what people you actually do care what they think, what's their opinion of you, people close to you, and also, if you're spiritual, whatever spirits or things you're dealing with, their opinion is going to matter because they're the ones that are backing you. They're the ones that have your best interest in mind, and they're the ones that are around you and are working with you. Okay? So, I'm just saying that, like, I'm SpongeGar all day, and it never stops. I'm Tarzan all day. I don't give two F's all day. Okay, that's Steve. I don't give a crap. All day I don't give a crap. Okay? I'll ring you out and pee on you. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll whoop your boyfriend's ass and pee on you. We'll pee on him. And then if you're into that yellow stuff, maybe I'll pee on you later. Maybe you like it. You could pee on me. Okay? Yeah, so do you understand what I'm trying to say? I don't give an F. I don't give any Fs. Okay? I really don't care. Within reason. What I'm trying to get into people's heads is, don't believe the hype, okay? Don't believe, that's what I'm really going to leave you with, is don't believe a lot of things you hear, and don't believe a lot of things that you were supposedly taught to believe. Be yourself and listen to your intuition, listen to your gut, okay? Don't let all these people who don't do anything for you try to control your life and your opinion about things. And then I'm also going to leave you with this, because this is just part of what I do, and this is part of what's close, to me personally. And if you're a Christian, especially if you're a Christian, and you're thinking about leaving the church, you're thinking about, delving into other religions and other spirituality, and even like you're thinking about going to some satanic or so-called demonic stuff, jump right in. Put your feet right in, because you probably won't be disappointed. If you find the right thing and you find the right trust, even if you look into people to get your research from and help you, if they're really trustworthy and they're actually not trying to screw you over, because I can't guarantee you that every person is legit and won't try to screw you over with anything. I'm saying, at least take the step to stop this, because I have to say, I have to come against it. This Christian nonsense is also a bunch of nonsense too. You got fabricated religions, made up stories, and a bunch of lies, and some people are actually believing it and call themselves this or that. They think they're conservative. They think they're like the common thing or whatever. I literally laughed because on a video someone said, well, if people were coming into the town and they were saying, hey, we're Satanists or whatever, people would have an uproar or feel some type of way. Are you serious? Do you really care what someone does? It's like, do you care that much that someone is a Satanist or Satan? Do you really care? You really care that much? Like, so you actually really, you don't really understand a lot of things. That's telling me that you actually care and look into that. Like, because it's really not your problem. So like, comment, and sub. This has been I don't know what type of rant to call this. Usually I have a name. I try to categorize something in to joke around. I don't even know what to call this rant. This is a rant. This is just real. Okay, I'm trying to tell you something. I just felt like saying this because lately, I watch YouTube and sometimes I see videos and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, like, really? And people are getting views off of this garbage? I know I don't have views in it. Yes, I wish I had views. It's not just out of jealousy. I'm saying this because this is actually what I believe. But I'm surprised that some of the stuff that's so popular on YouTube is actually popular, because I'm wondering, like, why are people buying this? You're really believing this bullcrap? That's my rant. So, like, comment, and sub. This is your host, Steve, from the back. This will be in rants. I think I'm going to be able to put this in kid-friendly gaming. Well, I said a couple things that weren't so kid-friendly, but I just might put it in there anyway. I don't know. But, yeah, like and sub, hit the bell button. I appreciate every subscriber, every view, every like, and, leave a nice comment. Or if you leave a comment, leave something that you're asking me that you want me to talk about or do or whatever, or something maybe you'd like to see. And have a nice day.